Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 2nd of September 2015. Starting off in the overnight session, the electronic session for Tuesday, you can see plenty of trades there. The volatility just perfect at the moment in the pre-market session. That's the official session between 2:30 and 9 p.m. And I've received quite a few questions about this. There's no problem in trading this session. There's just a couple of things to keep in mind. It could go fairly quiet at any point, and also the spread goes from 1 point to 3 points. But the moves have been sufficient, as you can see from yesterday's session there, to more than cover the 3 points. The settings that I'm using, the only thing I've got altered is the PTI, and that is set to show minor, major, which is the blue and red lines, which is normal. And in the pre-market session, what I'm actually doing is keeping this set to 8 and 25, and I've removed the apply low volume filter and also hide PTIs outside of primary trade times, so that you can see, even though it's dark shaded grey, that would show the normal trading times. If I just show you those, between 2:35 to 16:30 and then the 18:30 to 2100. So what I'm doing here is just allowing the market to show me the trades in the pre-market session. There is a 3-point spread as opposed to the 1 point from 2:30. And also what I'm doing at the moment is trading from around 6 a.m. Well, they show the Shanghai times, really, the Far Eastern times. So 6 a.m. to around 10 a.m. and then forget the rest of the session. Although saying that, yesterday you can see there in the pre-market we had some nice signals at 1 p.m. But normally I wouldn't be trading that. Sort of 10ish is around the time of the cutoff. It normally goes quiet. And then in the afternoon session, you can see the volatility is so great that we're not actually getting any signals with the 8 and 25 setting in the PTI until the market actually calms down. So there you can see the market trading back. And because so many people join the party at the official time, of course, it adds to the volatility and also makes the spreads wider, and therefore we don't get as many signals. But there you can see as a 20 point was more than 20 points up to this psychological level, and then the same back down, and then again it gets a bit more volatile and the market selling off just before the close there. But on the overnight, again, you can see how this sort of moderate volatility, it's the volatility we would normally have in the afternoon session given normal times, but of course at the moment we're not seeing normal times. So again, you can see how the signals have been absolutely brilliant on the overnight market, and now we're into around the sort of what are we at the moment, 6 a.m. So from this point forward, as long as there's a bit of volatility in the Shanghai market, then the Dow will track the Far Eastern markets at this time. So some good trades again yesterday in the pre-market session. There's certainly some good ones on the overnight as well. If you're an insomniac, there's at the moment there's enough volatility to trade. But again, just to warn you that there is that 3-point spread on the actual trade on the overnight session. In the daily chart yesterday, we saw the market driving through the 16,245 level that we marked up, and it traded down to the 62% retracement and has bounced off this. And the price action in this chart at the moment is actually consistent with the market moving back towards the upside. So the question is, how far back up will the market actually go? So let's just get rid of this 245, and I'm just going to mark up a couple of things here. The first one is a retracement on this professional selling bar. We see the selling for yesterday, and what I'm going to do is to click twice at the, well, it's the other way around, so I'll start again. In another version of the software, it actually, you mark at the bottom to project to the upside, whereas in the PPT charts, if you want to project to the upside Fibonacci's on a bar, then you just click twice on that bar. So watch out for the market struggling at, I'm just going to move this over, 16,383. It's got to close above this if prices are to move higher. And also the high of this bar as well, 16,500 will also show some sort of resistance as well. So again, it's interesting to see how the market will play out with regards to this, because it certainly traded through yesterday and down to that first 62% that we marked up there. In today's news, what have we got? Not that it should make too much of a difference. So we've got crude oil inventories out. So we wouldn't normally look at those, but yesterday, if you have a look at crude oil, you can see the market putting in a straight reversal from Monday's price bar there. And what else have we got? Nothing at 3 p.m. Factory orders month on month. That's the only thing. That's to show a drop as well. Purchasing orders down in China yesterday as well, which is what moved the market lower. The market's certainly going lower. It's going to have strong down days, strong up days. That's the way the market works before you get a massive move to the downside generally, as the markets are no longer allowed to crash, as they bring out the plunge protection team to buy back the markets, and the Federal Reserve will do anything to keep this Ponzi scheme alive that's been generated from 8 years or 7 years of QE money. And of course that's run out now, so it's time for the market to actually find its own level, and they don't like that, and neither do the bankers either, because obviously it's no profits in the stock market equals no larger bonuses. Right, a quick look at the implied volatility, 2603 as you would expect, up from 22-ish from yesterday. It's pulled back enough to actually move back to the upside now as well, around about 40% retracement. Failure to close below a 50% retracement in the implied volatility would indicate further downside pressure as well. But as I just said, expect some strong down days, some strong up days as well. The Shanghai market on the overnight just up 0.31. Again, 4 days straight of trying to manipulate the Chinese market, and there was one on Zero Hedge yesterday, an article which summed it up, what they're actually doing over there. It's shocking, frankly. If I don't come home, look after my wife, what happens in China if you sell stocks? So we're talking about manipulation, and this one fund manager, part of the national team of investors and brokerages charged with buying stocks to revive prices, said to a friend, also an executive of a large fund, was recently summoned for a meeting with regulators along with all other mutual funds that had engaged in short selling. If I don't come back, look after my wife, his friend told him, handing the manager his home telephone number. And that's because one or two have actually disappeared. And it's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact. And this is what some lengths that some governments will go to try and keep their stock markets alive. They're no longer allowed to have bear markets, anything to keep the illusion that the fiat currency system is still fine when, frankly, it's not, and coming to an end after 43 years of just printing money on an annual basis. Right, that's it for this morning. I will see you in tomorrow's edition of the Market Alert. I won't be at the desk today, but so that's generally a case that something amazing happens, usually in my absence. So be warned in advance that you could get some sort of major move one way or the other. Right, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.